Good morning. Hope you're okay. Today we're going to revise some past paper questions on indices and algebra. So to start with, we'll look at question 1 here, which is saying evaluate 8 divided by 27 to the power 1 over 3. So there are different ways in which this question can be solved. The first one is simplifying what is inside here. Example, this 8, it can also be written as 2 to the power 3. Remember, 2 to the power 3, this is the same as 2 times 2 times 2, which will give us 2 times 2, 4 times 2, this will give us 8. Also, this 27, it can also be expressed as 3 to the power 3, which is the same as 3 times 3 times 3, which is giving us 27. So that is how we can express this 8 divided by 3 to the power 3, then everything here, it is raised to the power 1 over 3. Now, there's a law of indices which says that if a power, maybe a to the power n, is raised to another power such as m, to simplify this, we can simply multiply the powers. This will be equivalent to a to the power n times m. So this can also be written like this. So following this rule, we can now simplify this. It will be the same as 2 to the power 3, open brackets, 1 over 3, divided by 3 to the power 3, open bracket and close, 1 over 3. When you reach this stage, you can now multiply the power. So there we're going to have 3 times 1 over 3. 3 and 3 will divide, you only remain with a 1. So this is equal to 2 to the power 1 divided by, again there I've got 3 times 1 over 3. This and this will divide, giving us a 1, which is 3 to the power 1. Any number raised to the power 1 is equal to that number. So this is equal to 2 divided by 3. So this is your answer. So answer there, you can simply write 2 over 3. So each time you are given a question such as evaluate, it means that we are asking you to find the value. So in evaluating, you are finding a value. Now, method 2. Let's try method 2. So I'm going to try method 2. From the laws of indices, we also know that if you have a fractional index, such as maybe a letter raised to a fractional index, such as b over d, this b here becomes the power, and this one, it becomes the root. So this can also be expressed as a, the root, which is d, everything, power b. So this is one way in which this can be expressed. So if you have 8, you have 8 over 27, 1 over 3. This 1 here becomes the power, and this 3, it becomes the root. We can simply say this is equivalent to the cube root of 8 over 27. Now, what is the cube root of 8? We're looking for a number that when multiplied 3 times should give us 8. So that number is a 2 by itself. So it is 2 over the cube root of 27, it is 3. So this is also one way in which this can be solved. Remember, all this is raised to the power 1. So all this again raised to the power 1, it will still give us 2 over 3. So this is another method that you can use to solve this question. Let's go on as we look at question number 2. Question number 2, it says factorize. So when you hear the word factorize, it means you're looking for factors to simplify your expression. So in this case, what are the factors of 3x cubed and negative 27x? So we notice here that 3 is one of the factors as well as x. So we're going to say 3x, this is a factor. You open the brackets. Now, 3x into 3x cubed. So 3x cubed divided by 3x. So the 3 and the 3 will divide. X into x cubed. This one is like you have got 3 x's divided by an x. So this and this will divide. So meaning that what you're going to remain with here, it is 2 x's, which can be expressed as x squared minus, again we say 27x divided by 3x. So x and the x will divide. 3 into 27, that will give us, is it 9? Yeah, so that will give us 9. So this is going to be 9 in this case. Now, when you reach this stage, this has now formed a difference of 2 squares. So according to the difference of 2 squares, we know that if you have a squared minus b squared, this can also be written as a plus b, a minus b. So this is a formula for the difference of 2 squares in terms of factorization. So this 9 also, we can express it as a square. This will change our expression to something like this. 3x, open brackets, x squared minus 3 squared. So this will be 3x. This and this is now difference of 2 squares. It will be x plus 3, x minus 3. We're done. So this is how you solve such an expression. So 3x, open brackets, x plus 3, x minus 3. I hope you followed. We can now look at question number 3. Remember, in today's class, we're just looking at algebra and indices in paper 1. So we'll be solving just question 1 and 2 of each and every paper that we come across, sometimes even 3. So let's look at 3 here. So here, simplify. So I want to simplify this one. So to simplify this complicated expression, we're going to first deal with what is here. So we're going to open the bracket. So I have 2a. This is negative 5b. So it will be negative 5b times a. This will give us negative 5ab. We'll just multiply negative 5b times a, then again we'll say negative 5b times negative b. So this has given us this one. Then now, negative times negative, it is positive, so it will be plus here. Then, after doing that, you know that b and b, when they are multiplied here, it will give us b to the power 2. Since there will be two b's, b times b is equal to b to the power 2. So this will be 5b squared plus ab. So like terms together, we're going to have, since there's no equal sign, we can just rearrange. So this can be 2a plus 5b squared minus 5ab plus ab. Now, when you look at this and this, they are not like terms. The only like terms we have it is these ones here. So this one, it should not confuse you. It's like, what is negative 5 plus 1? If you have negative 5 plus 1, what it simply means is you go 5 steps to the negative. Then again, you're told move 1 step to the positive. So it means our answer will be negative 4. Now, since we have some coefficients here, which is ab, so the answer here will be 2a plus 5b squared minus 4ab. This is how you simplify. If you have any questions, you are free to ask. Okay, so every year, this is the pattern. So let's look at a different year. We see how questions come again on indices and algebra. So we can look at 2023 August. Okay. Here we have this. So here, evaluating again, we're finding a value. Now, this one is a little bit different. It also requires that we know some laws of indices. So, according to one of the laws of indices, it says if you have got any number of variable raised to the power negative 1, this is the same as 1 over a. Evaluate this one. So 3 squared, it means here we're going to have 3 times 3 plus 3 to the power negative 1. According to this law of indices, it can also be expressed as 1 over 3 times a number raised to the power 0. It is equivalent to 1. In number raised to the power 0, it is 1. 3 times 3 in this case, it is going to be 9 plus 1 over 3. This times 1, it will give us just 1, so it can go. Even if we said we work with this again times 1, it will just be the same thing. So this will be over 1. Common denominator there, it is 3. 1 into 3, it is 3. 3 times 9, this will give us 27, plus 3 into 3, it is 1, times 1, it is 1 there. So this will give us 28 divided by 3. Okay, so 3 into 28, this will give us 9. Remainder one over 3, something like this. So we have evaluated. Simplify. Again, when you are simplifying, open the bracket. So here we're going to say 2 times x, this will give us 2x. 2 times 3y, this will give us 6y. Negative 3 times positive 4, it will be negative 12x. Then here, this is negative times negative, it will be plus 3 times 2, that will give us 6. When you reach this stage again, like terms together, so we're going to say 2x minus 12x plus 6y plus 6. Again, this one is the same as 12, 2 minus 12. Now, here what it means is that when you have got two numbers being subtracted, you can say big number minus small number, then you get the sign of the big number. So the big number here, it is 12. 12 minus 2, this will give us 10. But the sign of the big number here, which is 12, is negative. So the answer will be 2 minus negative 12 would be negative 10. So if you have got two different signs and they're subtracting, please get the sign of the bigger number. So 2x minus 12x, it will give us negative 10x plus 6y plus 6. We're done. We have simplified. If you want, you can put the positives. You can have 6y minus 10x plus 6. So that is how we do it. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Factorize 3x squared minus 27. So in this case, again, we look for a factor. So a factor in this case, it is only 3. So we're going to have 3, open brackets, 3 into 3, that is 1. We remain with x squared minus 3 into 27. This will give us 9. Next case, difference of two squares, because we can find the square root of 9. So this will be 3x squared minus 3 squared. Difference of two squares. So this will be 3x plus 3, x minus 3. We're done. So each time, remember, each time you have x squared minus y squared, difference of two squares should come into your mind. So this is x plus y, x minus y. And like you have observed, you will not necessarily be given this, but you can know how. If maybe one of your terms has y squared, then this one is maybe 36. Look for this number. Are you able to express it as a square? If yes, then it is a difference of two squares. So in this case, this can also be written as y squared minus 6 squared. 6 squared is 36. Then you can factorize further from there. Okay. So we're done with the first 3 questions of this paper 2023. Let's look at the next year, the first 3 questions. Remember, we're only looking at indices and algebra. Okay. Now, evaluate. Again, evaluating or finding your value. So there's a law of indices which says that if you have anything, maybe a fraction a over b raised to the power negative n, this can be expressed as a positive index and it will be b over a to the power positive n. So this is also another law of indices. So since we have 3 over 2, this can also be expressed as 2 over 3 to the power positive 2. Now, let us distribute these 2. This can also be 2 to the power 2 over 3 to the power 2. Now, what is 2 to the power 2? This will be 2 times 2 divided by 3 times 3. 2 times 2, this will give us 4 over 9. We're done. So therefore, 3 over 2 to the power negative 2 is 4 divided by 9. Don't forget, after doing all calculations, your answer should be written there where it says answer. Okay, next question, factorize completely. So this is a good one. We can factorize it using 2 methods. In this case, we can use factorization by grouping the terms. So in this case, what is common here? What is common is 2a. 2a into this one are going to have x there. 2 into 4 to be plus 2. A into a, that is 1. It means you remain with a y there. You close the brackets. In this case, what is common? It will be negative 3. Negative 3b. Open brackets. Negative 3b. So here we're going to have negative 3bx over negative 3b. So negative, negative, positive. 3 and 3 divides. B and b will divide. So the only thing that remains with there, it is x. Again, we're going to have negative 6by over negative 3b. So this and this divides. 3 into 6 is 2. B into b divides, remaining with y. So it would be plus 2y. Now, you observe something here. This and this, they are the same. So we can factor them out. We're going to have x plus 2y. Then we can now add 2a plus this one. So it will be minus 3b. So just factor out what is common. Then you also get this, add to this one. So the simplification or the factorization of that guy is x plus 2y, 2a minus 3b. That's all. Okay. Done with this one. Next question again, saying simplify. Remember, when we're simplifying and we have brackets, we open the brackets. This will be 3 times 4, 12x. 3 times 5, it is 15. Now, since this is a positive and this is a negative, it will be negative there. Plus 2. Now, let's look at this guy. Remember, if we have different signs, we subtract big number minus small number. So it will be 15 minus 2, which is 13. Now, what is the sign of the big number? The sign of the big number is negative, so it will be negative 13. Then here we're going to have 12x. We're done. Okay, if you have any questions, you can inbox. We can discuss the question further. Let's look at another A, the first 3 questions. Okay, we have here this situation here. So we have 5 to the power 3 times 1 over 5 to the power 2. So by inspection, we can already solve this one, but we'll go through all the stages. Here, there are different ways you can solve this one. You can say this can be over 1, then 5 times this one, this can be 5 to the power 3 over 5 to the power 2. Now, since you are dividing indices having the same base, this can also be simplified as 5, you subtract the powers, 3 minus 2, which is 5 to the power 1. This will give us 5. That's all. That's the answer there. So remember, when you are dividing indices having the same base, you subtract the powers. So here this will be A 2 minus B. So this is a row. Then if you wanted, you would have also expanded this one. 5 times 5 times 5, that would be 125 divided by 25. It will still give you 5. Okay. Expand and simplify. So when we're expanding here, you multiply this guy times this one. So 2 times 3, that would be 6. A times A, that would be A squared. Again, we said 2A times that one. There's a positive and there's a negative, so answer there will be a negative value. 2 times 4, that will give us 8. There's an A here to be 8A. Again, we start. 3 times 3, that will give us 9. There's an A, that will give us 9A there. Positive times negative, it will be negative. 3 times 4, 12 there. Now, we notice something here. These, they are like terms. So, there's a small number and a big number there. So, the big number is 9. So, we'll say 9 minus 8, that will be 1 times A, that will just be A. So, this can also be written as 6A squared. The big number is positive plus A minus 12. We're done. We are expanding and simplifying. Remember, we write the answer there. So this will be 6A squared plus A minus 12. Okay, so that's how we solve this question. Okay, we can now look at solve the equation. So this, like I've seen, this is a quadratic equation. So to solve this one, there are two ways in which this one can be solved. So we can let this guy come this side. So this will be 4x squared minus 9x is equal to 0. So this one, it is a quadratic equation. So to solve this one, we can factorize this expression. What is common here is x, open brackets, x into this one. This will give us 4x minus 9 is equal to 0. So in this case, we're going to have x is equal to 0 or 4x minus 9 is equal to 0. So this would be 4x is equal to 9 over 4 over 4. This and this will divide. X is equal to 2, remainder 1, over 4. So x is equal to 2 in that order. Okay, so I don't know if there's any question. Remember, each time you have a quadratic equation, there are two values of x. So in this case, x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 2, 1, 2 and a quarter. Okay, so we're done with the third question. Can look at the last. Okay, here. Simplify. To simplify here, we're also going to expand here. So this will be 2y. This and this one will be minus 3x. This and this one will be plus 12 minus y. When you do that like terms together, so this will be 2y minus y minus 3x plus 12. 2y minus y, this will give us y minus 3x plus 12. So we're done. That is how you simplify. So you write your simplification here, y minus 3x plus 12. That is how you simplify. Then the next one is saying evaluate. Evaluating, remember, we're finding a value. So this one, negative 3 squared, the same as negative, open brackets, 3 times 3. Remember, the square is not affecting the negative, plus 3 times 3 there. So this will give us negative 9 plus 9. So remember, if I've got different signs, you subtract. So it will be 9 minus 9, which will just give us a 0. So the answer there, it is 0. You write there 0. That's all. I've evaluated. Solve the equation. To solve the equation, this one, remember, you just equate the factors to 0. So it will be 2x minus 5 is equal to 0, or x plus 3 is equal to 0 there. So this will be 2x is equal to 5. Divide through by 2. 2 and 2 divide. X is equal to 5 over 2. Or here, x is equal to negative 3. So these are the two values of x. X is equal to 5 over 2. Which, if you want, you can also say 2 remainder 1 over 2, something like this. So x is equal to 2.5, or x is equal to negative 3. So those are the two values of x. So I'm sure you notice something here. The pattern of questions, it does not change, it is the same. So in this paper, it is possible for a candidate to actually get every question correct, because they already know what they're expecting. So simplify. So if I'm going to simplify, you collect like terms. So this and this, the like terms will be 2ab minus 7ab. This and that like terms would be 5ab squared minus ab squared. Then this has no friend, so it will be at the end, a squared b. Now 2ab minus 7ab, this will not confuse you. Just look for the numbers which are there. So there's 2 minus 7. The signs are different, so it will be 7 minus 2, which is 5. Now 2 and 7, the big number is 7 and it has a negative, so it will be negative 5ab. Then here, this is direct 5 minus this, it will just be plus 4ab squared plus a squared b. That's all. We cannot simplify further. But if you want, you can also write this one as 4ab squared minus or plus a squared b minus 5ab. If you want, you can start with the positive, but even like this, it is still correct. Yeah, so that's how we will do this one. Evaluate. 9. Remember from the laws of indices, this 9 can also be expressed as 3 squared. Now there's a power there, which is 1 over 2 plus 1. This and this will divide, so this will be 3 to the power 1 plus 1. 3 to the power 1, this will be 3 plus 1, which will give us 4. We're done. Solve the equation. Like we said, this is a quadratic. We factorize x, so this will be x, open brackets, x minus 2 is equal to 0. So I have x is equal to 0, or x minus 2 is equal to 0. So this will go the other side, x is equal to 2 there. So there are two values of x. X is equal to 0, or x is equal to positive 2. So those are the solutions for equations. So each time you're given a quadratic, there are two solutions. Okay, let's solve this last one. Then the next one, it will be your classwork. So simplify. Again, we open the brackets. 2 times x, this will give us 2x. 2 times 3, this will give us 6. Negative times positive, it will be negative 3. X times x, to be x squared. Negative times negative, it will be plus 6 there. Remember, we're simplifying, so this will be 2x plus 6. Remember, this is also plus 6 minus 3x squared. So this will be 2x plus 12 minus 3x squared. We're done. Yeah, we're done. So that is how we solve or simplify such an expression. Now let's look at the next question saying evaluate. Remember, when you're evaluating, you're finding a value. So here already, the cube root over 27, it is 3. So this will be 3 squared. So 3 squared is the same as 3 times 3. What is 3 times 3? 9. That's all. You get your 2 marks. Or if you wanted, but there's no need to waste time here. Just like this. Or you wanted to complicate your life, you start saying, no, okay, since it is cube root, this is the same as 27 to the power 1 over 3. Again, there's a power what? 2. Oh, since that is the case, this here to be 3 to the power 3. Like this. To the power 2. 3 and 3 will divide. You're going to have 3 to the power 1 and 2 there. And this becomes 3 squared, which will give us 9. Why should you complicate your life? Even this one's okay. Very much acceptable. Okay, factorize completely. This is a difference of 2 squares. So here we can find the square root of 16. So this will be the same as 4 squared x squared minus square root of 100 is 10. So this can also be expressed in that order. Yeah, something like this. So this will be 4x plus 10. Remember, this is a difference of 2 squares. If you wanted, this could have also been written as 4x squared minus 10 squared. Then this would be 4x minus 10. That's all. We're done. Difference of 2 squares. So each time you're given such an expression, make sure that everything that is involved is squared. Then you can go ahead and factorize using the difference of 2 squares principle. Okay, like I promised, that was the last question, and I can now give you something that you can try out, after which you're going to submit. So this is 2020, so we're going to try out. This is question number 1. Okay, then you should also try, this is question 2. Then after that, you're going to try out, okay, so this one you only try question 1 and question 2. Since the next question is a different concept. All right, thank you for paying attention. Have a very good day. Enjoy.